When I first read the script, I kind of thought, what the hell? I didn't know, I really kind of didn't know what to think about it.
I thought it was a little ridiculous, just reading the rule. I never imagined it would come out as funny as it did.
Yeah, when I first read the script, I thought it's a piece of crap.
Knowing what the story was, that it was better written than it had any right to be.
But yeah, I think my first thought was conjoined Siamese twins in a horror movie.
That it's actually a pretty good script. I thought that the dialogue all flowed well, and so it made it kind of easy to memorize, and what was said after something else seemed logical and reasonable and in this world, and
Did I do anything to prepare for the role? I got my eyebrows waxed.
Elisa to me was much more of like a Stepford wife. She was trying to be the pretty perfect one. Who just kept winding up in these precarious situations with a serial killer for her sister and a nerd for her husband. And I think the story just fell into place and it became what it did, a comedy.
In preparation to play a conjoined twin, I did a lot of research. I watched all of Andy Garcia's movies. I watched a few Lifetime specials.
I was really flattered that Chuck and Tim wrote the role just for me. And actually, as I said earlier, it was a reprised role from Dead of Night. But I love Chuck. I love Chuck's work, and it made me feel pretty incredible that he wrote the character into this particular story just for me. So, yeah, I don't really actually solve the case, but it was nice to be back.
well, that's just the thing, and it was probably the most challenging part of playing Stanley is he is this really really awkward guy, and I mean especially around women, and I'm not at all. I mean I've got so many women in my life, and I'm able to play off all of them. Sometimes play them against each other when I want to, and I mean to have that many women at my beck and call in real life, and then to come on set and play this character that's just so awkward around them. It's a little dirty there. That it was a challenge. Honestly, it was a real challenge. But I've shown some clips to all my girlfriends. I had them over one night, gave them some popcorn. They brought me a beer, of course, and they said they didn't recognize me. That it was such a solid portrayal of a man who is that dysfunctional around women, that they thought it was brilliant, and I agree with them. Yeah.
And also, just in the horror genre, girls that look like me are the girls who die in the woods, wearing not a lot of clothes. So to get to take on that powerful role of killer was a dream come true for a horror buff like me.
It was great. Everyone was really great, really fun to work with. We all laughed a lot. We had a good time. Nobody yelled at me if I forgot a line. I didn't yell at anybody else.
Oh my God, I love Tom. He's like one of the funniest people I've ever met. And actually, I talked the director into hiring Tom because I thought he was so funny because I worked with him years ago. But I didn't have any scenes with Tom. But I think he's great.
It was so much fun. We did the movie really quick, so it was one-liners and in and out, and it was such a great group of people to work with.
Michelle Allen Jones, no, I didn't have any scenes with her.
I don't know what happened to our continuity person and our script person, but they weren't there.
I didn't work with Kiefer. I actually didn't really interact with any of the cast. Pretty much all my scenes were shot in isolation.
I loved working with Joe. Joe was incredibly easy to work with. He told us what he wanted from the scenes. We did it. If he liked it, he told us. If he didn't like it, he told us. And in and out, and very easy to work with, knew what he wanted.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't have scenes with Jake either. I didn't work with Deidre Stevens because I was never in any scenes with any of the other actors. Like, what part do you not understand?
What was it like to work with Chuck Norfolk?
My lawyers have advised me not to speak of that individual. Yes, the director is very good in bed.
Conjoined. Better written, better acted, and better directed than it has any right to be.